on, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maddison Hill, and yes, it's time for another Pop Off with Maddison. For today's Pop Off, I'm going to be talking about the piping hot tea that is Scott Disick and his breakup with his 21-year-old girlfriend, Amelia Hamlin. Yes, we've now learned that Scott Disick and Amelia Hamlin have gone their separate ways. Apparently, Amelia needs to reassess their relationship. However, this breakup didn't happen without Amelia Hamlin first shading Scott Disick multiple times on Instagram, which I was absolutely living for. And on top of that, Lisa Rinna, aka Amelia's mom, has also weighed in on the breakup. And let me just tell you guys, she is very happy that her daughter is no longer dating Scott Disick. Now, while all of this drama is going down with Scott Disick after that alleged DM leaked where he was talking ish on Kourtney and Travis, I feel like it's worth mentioning that Kourtney and Travis could literally care less about Scott Disick, as Travis Barker recently posted on his Instagram that forever wouldn't be long enough with Kourtney. So clearly, they're still going very strong. You guys, let me tell you, this is exactly the tea we needed after coming off a 3-day weekend, and I cannot wait to get into it with you guys. But first, because this is the first pop-off of the week, you know I need to check in with the House of Hill and see how you guys are doing. If you had a 3-day weekend, let me know how it was. If you didn't, that's okay. Still let me know how you're doing. Still let me know how your weekend was. Mine was very relaxing. I got to go to Disney on Friday, which was obviously super fun. I know I definitely overwhelmed people on my Instagram with lots of Disney content. The rest of the weekend, I just spent relaxing and soaking up some sun, which was definitely what I needed. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did have a little anxiety about taking yesterday off. Sometimes when I take a day off, I feel really incredibly guilty. I'm trying to work on it, trying to get over that. But yeah, overall, a great weekend. I hope you guys also had a great weekend and are having a great day. While you're letting me know how you're feeling down there in the comments, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this intro because I know you straight to the tea people are probably dying. You're like, Maddison, please just get to the Scott Disick breakup tea. And now it is time, so make sure you help out your fellow straight to the tea people as well. And put this time code down there in the comments because now it's time to start unwrapping these Scott, Amelia, Kourtney, and Travis facts. All right, so for those of you who have no idea what's been going on with what I'm calling the DM debacle, let me go ahead and fill you in real quick. So last week, Kourtney Kardashian's ex, Eunice Benjamin, went ahead and leaked an alleged DM from Scott Disick that showed him talking badly about Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker and their PDA in Italy. And let me tell you, since Eunice Benjamin went ahead and posted that alleged DM on his Instagram story, all hell has literally broken loose. Travis Barker suddenly responded with this photo of Ray Liotta from Goodfellas laughing, and he was also seen liking a fan post about the alleged DM, while Kourtney Kardashian, on the other hand, posted a link to this Poosh article about how to get over someone who treated you badly, and this Bible verse that pretty much speaks for itself. And as far as the toll this alleged DM has taken on Scott and Kourtney's relationship, we learned last week that the two are, quote, more strained than ever. In addition to learning that Scott and Kourtney's relationship is, quote, more strained than ever, we also learned that Scott Disick was not a fan of Kourtney and Travis's PDA because he thought they were acting like teenagers, and he thought it was inappropriate for their children to see. While on the other hand, we heard that Kourtney Kardashian was laughing off Scott's comments, but a source did tell People magazine that she did have plans to confront him about what he said. All right, so now that you're caught up on the whole DM debacle, let's go ahead and get to the fresh tea about Scott Disick's relationship, because let's just say his drama with Kourtney Kardashian has definitely taken a toll. So prior to this weekend, we heard that Scott Disick's 21-year-old girlfriend, Amelia Hamlin, was standing by Scott Disick and that she felt bad for him. However, unfortunately for Scott, that's now all changed. First, we knew something was going down with Amelia and Scott when she started the long weekend with this shady Instagram post. As you can see, she posted this photo to her Instagram story where she's wearing a shirt that says, "Don't you have a girlfriend?" Bold, but I love it. After the dust settled on that shady Instagram post, we then got several reports about Scott Disick and Amelia Hamlin taking some time apart. First up, we have this new report from Life and Style magazine where a source confirmed that it was, quote, Amelia's decision to take a break because she, quote, wasn't happy about the DM leak. This source added that Amelia needs time to reassess her relationship with Scott and that she needs space to figure out what she really wants. Plus, the source said, quote, she questions whether Scott still has feelings for Kourtney and doesn't like the idea of being dragged into their feud. Now, in a separate new report from E! News, a source echoed these breakup sentiments and said that Scott and Amelia are in different places and trying to figure out if it's time to move on and, quote, if they're really done. This e-source continued on saying that Amelia is, quote, very disappointed in Scott and that she, quote, let him know it. In addition to giving us more insight into Scott and Amelia's breakup, this e-source also once again reiterated that Scott Disick is, quote, mortified over his leaked DM. And the source also mentioned once again what we've already heard, that Scott sent that DM at a low point as he was just looking for someone else else who could relate to his feelings. This e-source went on to end their insider info saying, quote, Scott is still very bitter about Kourtney and Travis's relationship. He wants her to be happy, but behind closed doors, he will always have regrets about their relationship and why it didn't work out. Now that is something I definitely believe, and in my opinion, clearly Amelia Hamlin also started to sense that as well, hence her alleged request for the break and her latest shady Instagram post about Scott. Yes, remember I told you guys at the beginning of this video there were multiple shady posts, and I'm not mad about it. You see, aside from that whole "don't you have a girlfriend" t-shirt, Amelia Hamlin also posted this not so cryptic quote to her Instagram after the news broke about her and Scott Disick taking a break. As you can see, the quote reads, "Never settle for less, not with your job, your friends, and especially your heart. Continue to seek what you are looking for and do not shrink yourself for the sake of other people. You deserve the best." And as you can see, she captioned this quote saying, "This is it." I'm telling you guys, Amelia Hamlin is so much sassier than Scott's ex, Sophia Richie, and I think it's safe to say she definitely got it from her mom. Because Amelia's mom, aka Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Lisa Rinna, also did not hold back her excitement over the news that her daughter and Scott Disick have broken up. As you can see, she went ahead and commented on this fan post that was talking about Scott and Amelia's breakup with the very happy smiling emoji. I know, I'm absolutely living for this, and before I pop off, the last thing I want to tell you guys is about Kourtney and Travis. All of this drama with Scott and Amelia and Scott and the alleged leaked DM is not affecting them at all. I don't know if you guys saw, but over the weekend, Travis Barker went ahead and posted more PDA pics from him and Kourtney's trip. This time the pics were from their trip to Paris, and he actually captioned the photos saying, "Forever isn't long enough." I know, it's basically the cutest freaking thing ever, and being that Kourtney Kardashian just recently reposted Travis's post on her own Instagram story, I think it's safe to say she feels the same way. Whew. All right, you guys, that was a lot. That is a lot of piping hot tea, and now I am so ready to share my thoughts with you, so let's go ahead and make this official and get to popping off. Be honest with one another. Let's not pretend like we didn't see a Scott Disick and Amelia Hamlin breakup coming at some point, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I am very surprised that the breakup happened this quickly. After I read that initial Us Magazine report last week about Amelia Hamlin standing by Scott Disick's side and feeling bad for him, I thought, oh no, this girl is not going to leave this man's side despite his obvious love for his ex. However, Amelia Hamlin, you went ahead and proved me wrong, and I am so happy that you did. You know, it's a little messed up, but part of the reason why I personally think that Scott Disick likes dating younger women, aside from the obvious ego boost, is that 9 times out of 10, younger women, or should I say girls, can be a little naive. And what I mean by that is, you know, it's much easier, at least in my own opinion, to convince a 20-something that it's healthy to care that much about your ex, and it's not that big of a deal that you spend that much time with your ex, as opposed to somebody who's 30 years and up, you know what I mean? And truthfully, I think Scott Disick thought that he could convince Amelia Hamlin that him still caring that much about Kourtney was totally normal, but then that alleged leaked DM happened. And you know what? I've got to be honest with you guys, I respect the hell out of Amelia Hamlin for seeing that alleged DM and realizing that what Scott was probably telling her is not okay, and that she needs to go ahead and take a break from him and reassess what she really wants. And you know, Amelia's parents, Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin, they have a very long, successful marriage and relationship. In fact, it's constantly brought up on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So I think when you've seen that example in your life, it really makes you not want to settle for less. And also speaking from my own experience, my parents have been married almost 30 years. They have a very strong, healthy, and happy marriage. And I know for me personally, it has made me not want to settle for any less when it comes to my future marriage and my future husband. So I definitely believe that Amelia probably saw all of this drama going down with Scott Disick and Kourtney Kardashian and thought, yeah, you know what? Not really worth it for me. And honestly, I don't blame her one bit for that. Again, that's also just my own opinion. And you know what? I hope Amelia actually sticks to taking a break from Scott Disick. I hope he doesn't weasel his way back into her life, because I think if she really does stick to this break, she will finally realize that she really doesn't want to be a part of Kourtney and Scott's ongoing drama. Now, the last thing I'm going to say about Scott Disick and Amelia Hamlin reportedly taking some time away from one another is I absolutely loved Amelia's shady Instagram post towards Scott. I was living for them. I loved that she was petty. I love that Scott Disick finally found a 21-year-old woman who would not take his ish. And also, his leaked DM was public, so I feel like Amelia can definitely publicly hit back at him. And two, I also found it absolutely hilarious that Lisa Rinna is not afraid to show that she is happy that Scott Disick and Amelia have broken up. Obviously, I showed you guys that comment on that Instagram post, but she also posted a photo of Harry Styles on her Instagram feed this week, which you guys know is because she made a comment on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and how she would rather her daughter be dating Harry Styles as opposed to Scott Disick. So I don't know. I am just living for all of the pettiness coming from Amelia and her mom. I feel like Scott Disick definitely deserves it. He deserves a taste of his own medicine, and I'm living for it. I will say though, speaking of Scott Disick, now that he is technically allegedly single, I feel like things will either go one of two ways. I feel like now he's going to cause even more drama for Kourtney and Travis, or he's gonna go radio silent and lick his wounds because he's embarrassed about the leaked DM and embarrassed about his breakup. So I really feel like we're gonna see either of those two scenarios come from Scott Disick, because I really do believe that he is embarrassed about this alleged leaked DM. But unfortunately, he probably should have thought about that before he hit send on that message to Eunice Benjamin. Because now his low moment has not only caused more tension with Kourtney Kardashian, but now it's also caused him to lose his relationship. So you know what? I'm hoping this will be a very valuable lesson for Scott Disick, that just because something pops into your brain doesn't mean that it needs to come out through your fingers. Next time, Scott Disick, if you want to talk ish on somebody, pick up the phone. Do not do it in a form that can be screenshotted and shared to the internet. And the last thing I want to say is, as far as Kourtney and Travis are concerned, clearly they could absolutely care less about Scott Disick, which I'm sure is just more salt in his open wound. I feel like they are just thriving. I feel like they're almost thriving off this drama. They're thriving off the attention. And now I feel like they're just gonna keep flaunting their relationship and keep putting it out there. And clearly they really don't care what anyone thinks, because it's gonna take a lot more than a shady DM to tear these two apart. All right, you guys, now that you know what I think about Scott Disick's breakup amid his drama with Kourtney and Travis, I want to hear all your thoughts and feels down below. While you're at it, please give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button, and don't forget that notification bell. For more content, make sure you follow me over on Instagram and TikTok. And of course, don't forget to keep coming back to my channel to check out my YouTube shorts. You guys can also find all of my merch at my merch store at houseofhill.com. And on that note, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.